Want to know what to expect over the next 1 to 3 days? Well, I'm here to tell you, my friend. Good blessing, everyone. I'm Elrea Eden. Good blessing is my way to greet. It means good, blessed, and wonderful. This is daily energy mixed with a little bit of daily predictions, your news before news. So today's energy is centered around creativity. Overall, it's going to highlight all those things such as construction and manufacturing, things that go from one state to the next state. And so this day will highlight those who are in the creative industries, painters, writers, musicians, this type of thing. It will also highlight talent. And it's got an acquired taste to it, because if you think about when it comes down to creativity, taste is a judge of creativity. And so for that reason, I'm also getting chefs in the energy. So food is going to be highlighted in the day's energy over the next 1 to 3 days or so. We're going to see things being talked about in the news concerning food. And more specifically, I feel like food shortages, because I am picking up on something about this could be empty shelves, addressing issues with about the lack of something. Also, delivery services is also going to be highlighted in this energy. Transport, so something may come up with transport that creates a shortage, and it could be bad weather, because I am picking up on wet weather coming in again. And this wet weather, I'm getting oceanic activity. So I feel like ships are going to be affected by this activity, and it might cause a delay in delivery when it comes down to certain kinds of transport. But it doesn't even have to be just oceanic. This could also be on a personal level, because energy, it doesn't discriminate. We hear about it more when it's like in the public, affecting a celebrity or something along those lines. And speaking of celebrity, do y'all remember when I said that those maids were going to be coming out with receipts? And yesterday I said it would be a jaw-dropping situation that comes out. I did not expect it to be what it actually was. And it did drop my jaw. I was about to say drop my jaws. No, it did drop my jaw. Okay, it was jaw dropping. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Because I really don't want to say it, because I don't want to be the one to spread this person's name. But I'll tell you the scenario, so you might already know what I'm talking about. So there's a scenario going on to where there's a popular, famous singer, and you've grown up listening to this singer, admiring this singer, and I'm pretty sure you have heard this singer before. And so what is being said is that this singer, along with this singer's wife, was accused of SAing their staff. Okay, these are the accusations that are being said. Now, mind you, I know that I said before a while back that there was a situation to where this person, which might not be this person, I was talking about cheaters. Okay, I was talking about cheaters. But for this person coming in their elder age, I have so much respect for them. And it's kind of like, until you know, it's just alleged. And sometimes there could be stuff going out to where, people want their masters. So I don't jump on that bandwagon quick. Although I knew this subject was coming up, I knew it would be something shocking. I am just really shocked. And so I don't just jump on the bandwagon quick, because I want y'all to notice something else that I said yesterday And let me go over to yesterday's energy. And I said that somebody was trying to frame somebody. And this is in the same energy to where I said that somebody's maids was going to be coming out. Okay, I did get maids, but at the same time, I got maids, I got framed. Okay, I could even try to show you. All right, I'm gonna show y'all my notes. Don't be talking about my handwriting. Okay. All right, right off in there. Right off in there. You see where it says, let me see. Right here, I got it circled. It says frame. And then right here, down here at the bottom, I have made. Now, I don't know the situation, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I do know what the energy says. So before we go accusing someone of being this way, because when this stuff comes up, people lose their money, and they could even be found guilty before actually found guilty by the people. You see. So I'm not just going to go throw this person's name out here like that. But I predicted this would happen, yes. But I said it would be jaw-dropping. But the energy don't discriminate. But see, this is what happens sometimes. See, this is why I admire Oprah in a way. Because, when she stepped down from her talk show, and the reason why she did it, I admire her for that, because it's kind of like she wanted to go out with a win instead of something like this happening when you overstay your time in something and don't retire. And then, it's almost like the divine has to come in and get you to sit down to get you the rest that you need. You see, and I feel like this is what's happening here to a certain extent, but this is just too much. I'm telling you, it's just too much even for me. But I am seeing stuff coming up here about that as I told you it would, unfortunately so. But I'm getting in this energy today, I'm getting people are going to be disliked. They're going to dislike things. They're going to try to tell you, oh, well, I don't like this. You should try to do this. But when it comes down to you and your creativity, you do what you need to do anyways, because it's the difference that makes the difference. You see, they didn't like Picasso's work. You see, they didn't like their work while the famous artists of the Van Gogh, Picasso, all of them, they could be the same person, I don't know, but they didn't like their work back then. They did not start giving them praise until after they were dead and gone to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you could be sleeping on a genius. So when you are a genius, and that means sleeping on a genius, sometimes it's sleeping on yourself. And sometimes we sleep on ourselves based on what we have heard other people telling us about ourselves. What other people have told us about ourselves. Other people would say stuff like, oh, nobody's going to buy that. Nobody's going to catch on to that. That's too out the box. That's not going to work. But regardless of what they say, do it anyway, because you're never going to know unless you go. You're never going to know unless you do. So who cares what they got to say about what it is that you got going on? Your talent is for you to use, you to improve, and you to be productive with, and you to earn and gain with. And that's the energy today. I see that overall this day is going to be bringing in earnings based on creativity. Chefs, busy booming. Okay. Food, busy booming day. Okay. But these markets here, I'm seeing prices being raised. Okay, prices being raised is what I'm seeing. Costs being raised, and good for you. For some of you who are raising your prices, and you know how I feel about Mother Sister, and a lot of people had a lot to say about Mother Sister raising her prices, and oh well, you got to know your worth. You got to know your worth. Sometimes, when you're too cheap, people take you for granted. When you're free, people act like you don't mean nothing. You're not worth nothing until you show them. You see? So people associate sometimes with quality with high prices. And believe it or not, she gives you quality every time. Every time. So the money is actually worth it. Because sometimes people complain, even who would they complain about? What's his name? Never could have made it without you. I could have lost my mind. But, people complained that he was asking them to basically contribute to a place that they normally go to and use the facilities for free. People, I'm going to tell y'all wrong in all kinds of ways, because y'all are complaining about giving $10 to a church, or y'all are complaining about giving $20 to a church, but yet and still y'all will go spend $100 confirmation. Y'all will go spend $100 on a pair of glasses. Y'all will go spend $400 on a purse. But the problem, and that's why, and the people who are doing all of this stuff that you're spending all this money for, these are the main people that are conflicting you half the time. So the people that are feeding you, you don't want to feed, but the people that are actually taken from you, you want to uplift and make more. And then you say to those who are actually singers, motivating you, uplifting you every day, you say to those, oh, you shouldn't be charging people for this. You should be doing it just because. No, baby. No, they should not be doing it just because. Now, granted, I'm in between on this thing, because I do know that sometimes there are crooks that stand behind the pulpit. Sometimes there are crooks that stand behind the pulpit, but at the same time, you sometimes are telling all of these men and women that stand behind the pulpit that they are all crooks when they give you more than you have ever given them. A lot of them have given you their entire life. Their entire life. They didn't just get to where they were just because. They got to where they were, or where they are now, because they have sacrificed much. And so if you don't bless them, who are you blessing? And they're not even asking you for a blessing for them, for their pockets. They're asking you for a blessing for the church so that they can grow the church, so that the church can gain prominence in this world, so the church can grow. And y'all know who I'm talking about, because it's only you who do it. It's only you who do it. So let me go ahead and rebuke you right now, because it's only you that do it. And this is a public rebuke. How dare you take care of evil and complain about taking care of good? How dare you take care of evil and complain about taking care of good? And that is the reason why. Is it all created equal? No, it's not. But when you go, that bread does not come cheap. That grape juice that they call wine does not come cheap. The pews that you sit on does not come cheap. The taxes, even though that's nonprofit, but the associations for the things that come is not cheap. Take care of those who take care of you, or they will dust their feet and move on. They will dust their feet and move on. Do you hear me? I mean that thing. How dare you? How dare you? I digress. Yeah, I got a lot to say because you know what? Somebody needs to say it. Somebody needs to say it. You're wrong and you know you're wrong. You done gave your money to Tommy, and then Tommy done called you all kinds of names. Tommy don't like you, baby. Tommy don't like you. All right? You done gave your money to Michael, and I'm not talking about Michael Jackson. And Michael didn't like you. Do you hear what I'm saying? You give your money to people that don't like you, and you take from those that love you. Ain't that something how that work? I just had a friend tell me that yesterday. They said, ain't that something how the people that do you good, you do so dirty. You're wrong. You wrong. Because it's like too many followers. Too many followers. And not enough authentic leaders. And I said authentic because authentic is in the word of the day. Now I'm glitching in this video, y'all. But authentic is in the word of the day. So authenticity is key. Now, let me calm down because I almost started stuttering. All right. But I do understand why the good Lord turned those tables over. I get it. But that was then. We are living in a time now to where we, as the chosen, we have to gain in order to compete. Okay? We have to. So bless your leaders so your leaders can bless you. Do you understand me? Y'all know I'm not big on this whole money thing. I don't like it, to be honest with you. If there was a time, see, in times before where I come from a time where you didn't really need money. Okay? I come from a time where you didn't need it. Everybody had something to eat. Everybody had a place to sleep. I came from a time, and anything extra was just something that somebody else did. But I came from a time to where you didn't need it. So I don't really like it. I'm going to be honest. But right now, in this time that we're living in now, people need it. Your leaders need it. And when your leaders have it, they're not having it to take from you. They're having it to give to you so that they can be a voice heard. Because remember what I told you, when you do it for free, people do not associate you with quality. But yes, your gift will make room for you. But these are people who sacrifice their time. They are traveling all across the world, singing, praising, dancing, preaching, teaching. Now, I don't agree with those that, snootiness. I don't agree with that. I don't agree when it's too much. But I don't think he did nothing wrong at all. Y'all know better. Y'all put them fingers up when you walking in the church. There are certain times they say in the church when you're walking, nobody told you put them fingers up. You just seen your ancestors did it, and so you started doing it. But y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be walking. So you don't know I don't care what was being said. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be walking. So if he say close the doors of the church, close the doors of the church. Because the doors of the church was closed at that time. And if you really want to get in at that time, you take the roof off the situation, right? Like they did back in the old days. Yeah, let me go on. Let me digress. I digress. So people are going to be disliking things today. And those who are submissive, they're going to be cowardly. You're going to see some what is called cowards today. People cowering in the corner. and saying, yes, sir, no, sir, massa. You will see that because there's a lot of submissive activity. And when you're not submissive, people got a problem with it. And then when you're submissive, people got a problem with it. So this is why I say, do you, boo, as long as you don't hurt nobody. Do you, as long as you don't hurt nobody. I want to tell a lot of people how corny they are. That's what I really want to say. But I digress. Okay? But I'm also picking up on pets and bites today as well. Like a lot of pet energy coming in. This could have something to do with the company Chewy. Maybe Chewy stock. I'm also getting something coming in about Chase. This could be Chase Bank. This could be a car chase, because I am getting transport and delivery energy coming in. I'm also seeing things about money being raised, charity, and that could be why I was talking about that incident right then, because he was raising money for the church to reach a goal for the church. Some of these churches, they don't own their building, and so when they don't own their building, that means that their buildings can be taken by the banks. So sometimes when they have these building funds, they're trying to build and get you some land to where when the boo-boo hits the fan, you got somewhere to run to. All right. So I'm also seeing something coming. I don't know where I was going with all that, but I also see something coming in about earning cost there. Inflictions. Okay. Inflictions. I do see that this day is later on tonight for sure is hostile. Okay. People are going to be drinking. People are going to be driving. People are going to be drinking and driving, and people are going to be fighting. I see people just hauling off, slapping somebody, but they call this person a coward because I feel like this person doesn't do anything back. It's kind of like the Will Smith versus the Chris Rock scenario. I told Will Smith he didn't listen to me because he didn't see me, but I basically told him to correct the wrong, get up and walk out. I didn't tell him to sit back down. All right, y'all can go see it. I said it before it happened. I didn't tell him to sit back down. I said, get up, correct the wrong, get up, and move around. Don't sit back down. But I digress. So I'm seeing this type of energy coming in, and a lot of people might have thought that Chris Rock was a coward for it, but they were both wrong if you ask me. They were both wrong if you ask me. Don't talk about somebody's wife. Okay? And don't put your hands on nobody, because there's other ways that you can correct that wrong. But I know if it was me, I know what I would have did. All right. So distance traveled by wind, waves across open water here. So I feel like there is a hurricane, a tsunami, something going on in the water here is what I'm seeing. All right. Something going on in the water. All right. I'm also seeing you want to watch out for tricks. Like when I say tricks, I mean like people trying to pull the wool over your eyes, trying to get you to not see what really is. And because of all this drinking, driving, all of this stuff that's happening, overnight, we're going to hear about people losing their lives more so than we do in the rest of the cycle. At least two times out of the cycle, no, three times out of a cycle, there's like, it's really like dangerous energy. And tonight is one of those days that rev up for tomorrow. So between starting at 12 o'clock today then it takes a break, and then it starts up again tonight. And then after tonight, it's like a 3-day event of just tragedy for a lot of people here in the world. Okay, just, yeah, it's what I'm seeing. So this is because we're in the 9 energy, and the 9 energy, it deals with karma. It deals with karma. Yeah, as my brother said, you don't correct them. You let God correct them. Because when you try to do it, you become their enemy. And if you know, like I know, there are certain people that's walking this earth right now that you darn sure don't want to be their enemy. I'm also getting something, I told you about food earlier. So I'm also picking up something about snap. This could be people snapping on people. And this could also be snap energy, like snap, like snap, like I think snap is in snap what they call food stamps these days. I'm not sure, but snap. So something coming in about snap, okay? And a lot of food energy here. So it could be something about benefits there as I'm seeing. I'm also seeing more news about Lyft. It could be Lyft or Uber, but I'm getting Lyft, okay? Lyft. U-Haul is also something that we might see come up here, because we're looking at delivery, transport, energy. And because we're looking at delivery services, we're looking at services as well, like Temu, Amazon. These are companies that will highlight this energy for the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay. So I'm also seeing a blast. I'm seeing explosions, okay? Gas and explosions over the next 1 to 3 days. Issues with power is coming in. People names by the name Mark and the name Gail. So this could be Gail King, or this could be, what is the Gale? The Gale. Is that the tsunami that do the gale, or is that the tornadoes? But I'm seeing something about Gale, okay? So news will be newsing, or it's going to be something else. But Mark and Gail, okay? Gale size hell, Gale size wind. I don't know. Mark and Gail. Something coming in about power, electricity. It could be power outages. I see things being filed and grind down as well. Puff. We'll hear more about Puff Daddy, or Diddy, the Diddy situation here. They called them Puff, okay, but it's Diddy. But yeah, so we'll hear more about that coming in as well. I see erupt. So things could either erupt in the courthouse, because I do get courthouse energy, but things could erupt like volcano, because yesterday I said I see volcanic activity. So tsunamis, volcanoes, earthquakes, you name it. That's what we are faced, plane crashes, you name it. That's what we are faced with this year. Technology is coming in as well. So issues dealing with technology, school systems, as well as people are graduating. I see commencement ceremonies here over the next 1 to 3 days, and ongoing. And this is graduation season, so we're going to see more of this coming up in the news here. But we'll hear a lot about technology with this energy. Ethiopia. Something coming up about Ethiopia, because they're highlighting Ethiopia. Also, they're highlighting alcohol here. So it could be something to do with Ethiopia and alcohol. But I am definitely picking up on something Ethiopia here. Okay. And THC, babies being affected as well with this energy. We'll hear more about babies with this energy. Meteorites, gas, explosives, this type of thing is what I'm seeing. Teamwork makes the dream work. So focus on creativity to make the best of the day, and focus on teamwork, okay? more people join together can get more done than one person alone. I love you. Gubler one. Hearts go out. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out. Bye.